A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic session on Tuesday, the Republican-controlled U.S. House of Representatives narrowly passed a multi-trillion-dollar government spending bill, marking a significant win for President Donald Trump as he gears up for his 2025 agenda. The final vote count was a razor-thin 217 to 215, showcasing the deep divisions within the party and the challenges faced by House Speaker Mike Johnson. This vote was seen as a crucial early test for Johnson, who had previously canceled a planned vote due to concerns about securing enough support. The spending bill, which includes $4.5 trillion in tax cuts, has raised eyebrows among some Republicans who are calling for more fiscal discipline and caution regarding the nation's growing debt. Despite the dissent, the bill passed largely along party lines, with all Democrats voting against it and only one Republican, Thomas Massie of Kentucky, opposing the measure due to his demand for deeper spending cuts. The House budget aims to achieve $2 trillion in spending cuts over the next decade to fund Trump's agenda, which includes over $100 billion allocated for immigration enforcement and military spending. Additionally, the bill seeks to extend tax breaks from Trump's first term that are set to expire at the end of the year. However, this legislation is far from becoming law. The budget must be reconciled with a separate budget currently being considered by the Senate, where further negotiations will take place. Even if both chambers agree on a spending plan, numerous details will need to be ironed out before it is sent to President Trump for his signature. Initially, House Republican leaders hesitated to bring the vote to the floor, unsure if they could rally sufficient support. Speaker Johnson and House GOP leaders, including Steve Scalise, spent hours persuading their colleagues to back the plan, which includes provisions for tax cuts, border security, deportations, and military funding. Trump himself reached out to wavering members to encourage their support, a move that proved pivotal in securing the necessary votes. 3 of the 4 anticipated holdouts ultimately sided with the party, allowing the bill to pass. "We have a lot of hard work ahead of us, but we are going to deliver the American First agenda," Johnson stated after the vote, expressing optimism about the path forward. In stark contrast, Democrats criticized the budget as a scheme that primarily benefits the wealthy, arguing that it would adversely affect low-income families dependent on government-funded programs like Medicaid. The Democratic Party made concerted efforts to ensure maximum attendance for the crucial vote, with Representative Brittany Pedersen attending with her infant son while on maternity leave. The Senate now faces pressure to address the House's spending framework, especially with Trump's endorsement. The legislation, while a framework, proposes $2 trillion in cuts to federal spending over the next decade, leading many Democrats to warn of potential cuts to vital services like Medicaid. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries expressed concern that the budget resolution could result in the most significant Medicaid cuts in American history. Following the vote, Democrats took the opportunity to criticize their Republican colleagues for their inability to present a united front behind Johnson's plan, emphasizing the unexpected nature of the last-minute deal-making that led to the bill's passage. The involvement of President Trump in lobbying for the bill underscores his continued influence over House Republicans, particularly as some members who initially opposed the legislation ultimately fell in line. While the passage of the budget framework represents a notable victory for Speaker Johnson, it is merely the first step in a lengthy legislative process. The Senate, controlled by a slim Republican majority, is expected to propose changes to the legislation, and the final budget will require careful negotiation in the coming weeks. The recent developments highlight the ongoing struggle within the Republican Party to balance fiscal responsibility with the demands of their leadership and the administration. As the process unfolds, all eyes will be on how both chambers navigate the complexities of the budget and whether they can ultimately deliver on Trump's ambitious agenda for the future. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.